If you are in agony, you're in the right place. You are among good company. Whatever it is that brought you here to this video, I want you to know that I am sorry for what you're going through. And I understand how it feels. Agony is one of those feelings that you just can't shake. It seems to know when you're sleeping and when you're awake, and it's always just right there. Whatever your circumstances are, the feeling of agony is something that many people can relate to. Many circumstances can cause or invite the unwelcome visitor of agony in our lives. When I think about that word, I think about how to define it. And just off of the top of my head, it feels like an unbearable, relentless, ever-present, all-consuming pain and sadness that's so distracting that nothing else matters, nothing else helps. And all you can do is exist and bear it. If you're new here, my name is Erica, and this is Arlinity, Papers and Petals. And this page is actually born of a mixture of things, but definitely including my agony. I lost my beloved mother almost 2 years ago, very unexpectedly and tragically. And I have since then lost 4 additional family members. And agony has become a great companion of mine. I started this channel as a means to do something with the new companions that have joined my life from my circumstances. There's anger, there's agony, there's shock, there's inspiration, there's this feeling of desperately trying to hold on to and remember or memorialize the past, where my loved ones were and where a part of me still is. a desperation for that. Fear, uncertainty, determination, all of these new feelings that have been walking with me for some almost 700 days now. And I am eager to give these new companions something to do, something that I can use them for other than them just being a part of my every waking and sleeping moment. So for me, what brought me here is grief. But one thing I've come to know and understand is that this feeling of agony has many faces, many causes. There are so many combinations of just shitty, horrible situations that can bring us here. And sitting in those feelings can be very, very overwhelming. And so I am here tonight sitting with the feelings, but choosing to find a way to express them or to acknowledge them. You know, it's like when I think about these unwelcome companions, I think about how I have turned away from them, just wanted them to go away, wanted to not acknowledge them head on, but at the same time, they're all I can think about, all I can see, all I can feel. You know, imagine having the most unwelcome and annoying visitor in your home, literally sleeping in your bed next to you, and you're so bothered by their presence. It's all consuming, but yet you never turn to face them. And so I'm sitting in my little garden tonight, just choosing to turn and face the feelings and to not just try to go to sleep with my worst enemy laying beside me. And so, for whatever it is that has brought you here to this video, please know that you're not alone in how you feel. Although I am not a mental health professional and this is not professional mental help, I am someone who understands. I am someone who is walking in your same footsteps, just on a different path. You are not alone. Whatever it is, whatever your unique set of circumstances and situation that led you to your anguish, just know that you really weren't the first one to experience what you're experiencing, and you won't be the last. It's so easy to think that our anguish is so unique to us that no one else anywhere on the face of the earth in all of history has ever felt what we're feeling. And it's not true. You know, it's not to be comforted or to feel like, okay, well, if other people are feeling this, everything is all better now. No, that's not what that is, but it releases, and you can let go of some of the extra spice on top of your suffering, to know that it's not personal. I think in this life, especially in the society that we live in, there's so much emphasis on the rise, on succeeding, happy moments, milestones, graduations, birthdays, promotions, weddings. And no one ever makes time or room to show the other side of the human experience. That is not always sunshine and roses and happiness. That there is great potential for suffering in our lives. And so many of us are isolated in that suffering because no one wants to look there. And most people are so focused on that rising journey that when we are going through our time of anguish, they're too busy on their rise. And it's not until someone experiences their own anguish that they understand what that feels like, and they start looking around for support. But I do want to acknowledge those of us who, even in our times of celebration and well-being, those of us who had time and who had awareness of others who weren't in that season, and we were able to be there with them. I know many of us were like that, or are those types of people who had space for duality, and I want to acknowledge those of us. But truthfully, many are not able to conceive or care about anyone else's suffering until they have their own. And even then, sometimes, once those kind of people encounter their own suffering, it's all that they can think about, and there's no space for anyone or anything else. But beyond that, I want to let this be the space for you, for anyone in their suffering, to be able to come here and just be. To just be. I don't have all of the answers. I may not have any of the answers. But I understand what it's like to suffer, to be in agony, and to be in anguish. And in these moments, all we can do is be. Just be. So often, both physically and emotionally and figuratively, in anguish, we tense up, we ball up our shoulders to our ears and scrunch up our faces. We're wincing to embrace for the pain, to brace against that discomfort. And we're waiting for it to just end. And if you're anything like me, your pain may have lasted longer than you expected. And you've been enduring for a long time. What I've come to know is that a lot of the discomfort on top of the pain or the agony is the exhaustion from bracing against it. I know it's uncomfortable. But what I've come to know is that any kind of lessening of the pain or any kind of relief that I can get, even if it's just momentary, even if it's minuscule, to take it. And to find and allow moments where I can just be. Just be. Despite the pain. To just let myself be. If just for a split second, if you could just be in whatever moment you're in and just be there and nowhere else. Right now I feel a light breeze against my face. You hear crickets and frogs, motorcycles and cars passing by. And I'm chatting with you, and I feel I'm just here in this moment. I'm not anywhere else, not thinking about anything else. I'm missing my mom right now. I feel that pain. But I'm just here. I'm not leaning into it. I'm not leaning away from it. I'm just being here. Just observing what's here with me. If you are here because of grief, and the thoughts that you have about your loved one are relentless and overwhelming, the pain of missing them, remembering them, is with you every day. I understand. I understand how exhausting that can be. But if you're open to it, and if you like, if you're willing to just have a moment here with me now, where you can just be, you're welcome. And you are not alone right now. I know those sleepless nights where you cry yourself. Your pillow is soaked with tears and you can't sleep. Maybe you called everyone you could call and they've done their best to comfort you. Maybe you've done all of the things that you've normally done to try to make yourself feel better. Maybe that cup of tea, maybe your favorite movie, maybe taking a walk, or maybe people aren't showing up for you in the way that you need right now. Those feelings may just be there with you, unwelcomed, of course, but they may be the companions that you have in this moment when you've done everything you could do. Just know that I am here with you in this moment, experiencing that same pain. And you are not alone. And even if you're not able to want this for yourself, I am wishing for your suffering and your anguish to release you, if even just for this one moment. You know, there's something about suffering that strangely feels better when you know you're not alone in it. I can't tell, I haven't decided whether or not that feels like a good thing or a bad thing. It's not that we want others to suffer, but I think it's that we want someone to witness our pain, and we want to know that we're not alone. And so, wherever you are right now, when you're watching this video, know that I understand the magnitude of what you're feeling, that I witness your pain, and that your pain does matter. It doesn't go unnoticed. Here on this channel, I plan to do different art projects to help me process my own feelings from my grief, and also to give my brain a break, give myself something else to do, something creative to occupy my mind for a moment, and also a way to memorialize my loved ones, to memorialize myself, the different versions of myself that have come and gone going through this process. And I welcome you here as a way to give yourself a distraction, to give yourself something else to think about for a moment, maybe something beautiful to look at, maybe something inspiring. I welcome you to follow along with me, maybe do your own art project while you watch me do mine. Maybe you can follow along and maybe you'll be inspired by something that I'm doing and want to recreate it. Or even to just have me playing in the background as you are sitting with your unwelcomed companions, those yucky feelings, just so you know that you're not alone. And to help you get through whatever those moments are demanding of you. You know, I'm not a perfect artist, I'm not a perfect YouTuber, this isn't a perfect channel, but I understand what it's like to have these feelings and be reaching out anywhere for relief. for something, someone that can understand what you're feeling and who can speak to that. And so, as I'm here processing my own hurt, my own pain, my own sense of loss, it is my desire that anything I say or do or create may help you as well. Just as I said before, there's something about knowing that someone else is there in our moments of suffering that seems to help. Likewise, it seems to help me when I feel like I'm able to help someone else in their suffering. It seems to help mine. And so I appreciate you for watching. I'm sorry for all of the noise in the background. Like I said, I'm not a perfect YouTuber, and over time I may be able to do better. But I'm okay with doing what I can with where I'm at right now. And it is my sincerest hope and desire that this channel can help you in some way. Even if it's just to validate your feelings and let you know that someone else out here in this world understands. And so I will leave you with just one last thought. I hear you, I see you, and if just for a little moment, if just for a little while, let yourself just be. My name is Erica, and this is Arlinity Papers and Petals, and I will see you in the next one.